Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. We got news for you coming out of T-Mobile today. We're going to be looking at some network upgrades that could be coming your way. We just got news of this information, I think, earlier this morning. What we have are some network upgrades that are going to be coming to, looks like tons of towns and cities. So we're very excited about that to see if, maybe this will improve capacity in your area. Maybe you're in some of these cities. Check out the list. It is available at tmobile.com. You could find it in a slew of Neville Ray's tweets. For those of you that don't know who Neville Ray is, he's the president of technology over at T-Mobile for the Pink Carrier. And they announced on Twitter that they upgraded nearly 200 cities and towns with the mid-band upgrades. This is something that I think is going to help a lot of people. And the reason I say this is there are some markets that could use it. So speeds of around 300 megabits per second is what T-Mobile claims, and those speeds will continue to increase as the months go on. So hopefully this continues, the pace picks up, and more places get it. The claim is that the network's mid-band upgrade footprint has doubled with this announcement, and this has happened in just a short month. So it looks like they are taking things very seriously, trying to upgrade the network, improve their and expand their 2.5 gigahertz footprint. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't, we know that this is their sole focus of what they're doing with their network right now. So 2.5 gigahertz is the spectrum that they did acquire through the Sprint transaction in the merger. The goal is to have the service enhancements available to 100 million people by the end of 2020. I do believe that currently they say that these upgrades will put the 2.5 gigahertz now available in 410 cities and towns. Target speeds for the boost are at 300 megabits with peaks at 1,000 megabits per second. They're going to continue to try to focus on other carriers in their tweets. They always if you just look at the tweets from like Neville Ray and Mike Sievert and the executives at T-Mobile, they'll keep bringing up Verizon and AT&T and things. But that being said, it's basically like a campaign. It's a social media campaign. I try not to pay too much attention to it. I try to focus on what they're doing in the good, and I try not to focus on that, but it is part of what they do. So as they tweet out these network updates, I bring them out to you guys, and we take a look at what they offer. So in my opinion, I feel like, T-Mobile's got about 16 months or so. This is my opinion. They've got about 16 months to kind of close the network gap between them and AT&T and Verizon, the other big two. I have found that the upgrades are quite limited, so they do mention all of these different cities and markets, but what they don't tell you is how many sites were updated. For example, Sandusky, Ohio, which is a market that's very close to where I am, they only have 2 sites in the entire market, and this is the same market that has 9 sites for Verizon and 6 sites for AT&T. Now, why do I say this? Is because if you only have 2 sites and you only upgrade 1 site, is it really worthy to even call that a legitimate market? And the reason I say this is because some people are probably going to rush out and start, buying 5G phones and trying to take advantage of this connection, which I understand. You would think that would be the case, but the problem is when they put a market, it doesn't mean the entire market is covered. It means that essentially maybe one single site was upgraded with 2.5 gigahertz. So what I was just trying to do by saying this is I'm just trying to get people to temper their expectations. Don't look at a market name, say it's one of the markets that you live or reside in or you frequent, you go there and you don't see much of an improvement. Maybe there's a couple of sites that have been upgraded and you're not really around to really take advantage of that. That may happen. So don't set yourself up for disappointment. We'll go ahead and celebrate this as a network improvement, but I just want people to understand it's very unrealistic to expect them to completely renovate their network in just a short while. So we're going to continue to be patient. We'll see what they can do moving forward, but this is a step in the right direction, 100%. So, how much will this help in terms of upgrades right away? I guess it kind of depends. T-Mobile does talk a big game. Like I said, I advise people not to fall for that stuff. Just kind of wait for things to develop and happen. There's a lot of exaggeration that goes on social media. It's part of their campaign, like I explained. And, they tweet a lot and they say a lot of things. But, try to sift through some of that because a lot of it's just extra. And you kind of have to really look at what they're doing as opposed to what they're tweeting. So I'm of the belief that, we believe what carriers do. We don't believe what carriers say, because most of it's just marketing and it's all ploys. So you just have to wait. We'll see what happens in the root metric support. We'll see what happens in the network performance, and we'll assess from there. It is good to see the upgrades nonetheless. It's nice to see, that they're doing this. Maybe if it is a little embellished, but it's fine. Massive migrations are expected in the very soon future. That being said, they might want to kick up these upgrades even faster. And that might be what's happening here. They obviously know they have to get customers moved from Sprint onto T-Mobile, and that might be why they're moving so quickly. And they might even have to move even faster. So we'll see what happens in the future. They are, building out, and it's good to see. Now, in terms of those migrations, can we expect more outages? I say possibly. I say probably, actually. I think there's going to be outages. They've got to move tons of people from the Sprint network onto the T-Mobile network. Are there going to be problems and road bumps and hiccups along the way? I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I do not envy the engineers of the T-Mobile network. I do not envy those that are, customers of the company where they do end up having these issues. I really do hope that in the migration process, as all of these customers are switched over from Sprint to T-Mobile, that they avoid as many outages as possible. Hopefully T-Mobile has learned from their last problem. The FCC did do an investigation and cited them for lack of best network practices. Hopefully they've changed their approach, the culture of the company, engineering-wise and network-wise. They've pivoted and made that adjustment and learned from their errors. So we don't want any fines going to T-Mobile. We want them to keep their money and spend it on the network and not paying fines to the FCC. No shortcuts. Do it right. No BS. Just make it happen. That's all we want as customers of the network. And we're really looking forward to a highly capacitive company that offers a great network experience. Super psyched about this. Anyways, let me know what you think of these upgrades. Let me know what you think of these cities. Maybe you live near and around and you've experienced it. Go ahead and share your experiences. One of the cities that's on here is Brooklyn, Ohio. I'm not too far from there. I can go and test it. I'll go and look for these sites and we'll see what we can find. So I will update this video and see, how much of these markets are receiving upgrades. And then I could kind of comment on it from there. Again, thank you for being here. Appreciate it very much. I do hope you have a great rest of the day. I'm the SMT, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.